Hi, my name is Yazan Ibrahim, also known as Yazan Abu Ghosh. Today we will talk about Chapter 1, Part B, Execution 1.10, Reporting and Communication Techniques. Picture this. You're entrusted with the vital responsibility of evaluating the controls and processes that safeguard an organization, ensuring its systems are well protected and running smoothly. It's not just about finding vulnerabilities, it's about clear and effective communication of those findings. This is where the power of reporting and communication takes center stage in an auditor's journey. From fostering collaboration to driving actionable change, this is the heart of how audits truly make an impact. When you're conducting an audit, it's more than just technical assessments and protocols. Everything hinges on your ability to communicate, to tell the story of your findings, persuade key stakeholders to act, and ensure that the organization moves forward stronger and more secure. Think of the audit process as a puzzle that isn't complete until this final piece, reporting and sharing your insights, is in place. The how you communicate matters just as much as the what. Now, let's start by looking at the critical components of effective communication within the audit process. It's no surprise that clear and structured communication dramatically improves the quality of audits and their outcomes. Imagine trying to navigate through murky explanations or vague reports. Progress grinds to a halt. Effective communication cuts through this noise, ensuring everyone understands the findings, their implications, and the next steps. But this isn't just about explaining data, it's about building trust, fostering collaboration, and driving results. At the end of each audit, there's a pivotal moment, the exit interview. This isn't just a wrap-up, it's your opportunity to clarify findings, address concerns from management, and propose realistic recommendations for improvement. Think of it as the chance to have a sitting down with your team moment. What makes these recommendations effective? It's not just about their insightfulness, it's about how actionable and cost-effective they are. If a proposed solution feels too expensive or impractical, it can be renegotiated right then and there. Here's where negotiation and facilitation skills enter the picture. Imagine being not just a messenger of findings, but a facilitator of meaningful change. For example, during an audit, you find that a crucial data security protocol is outdated. While it's easy to suggest fixing it, you'll need to navigate the financial constraints, operational impacts, and even varying priorities of management. Compromise might involve recommending phased implementation or cost-effective fixes. It's about building a bridge between the ideal world and the realities on the ground. Think too about the idea of materiality. When something is deemed material, it means it's significant enough to warrant attention, because it could impact an organization's business objectives. In reporting your findings, you must weigh the risks and assess whether an issue is truly critical. This is where judgment comes into play. For instance, a minor oversight in a regional branch might not make it into a report intended for the board of directors. But if that same oversight could compromise data security on a broader level, it suddenly becomes material and demands the attention of senior leadership. Now let's turn our focus to the audit report itself. This report isn't just paperwork, it's the culmination of all the work you've done. It's the grand finale, the go-to reference for stakeholders, and often the keystone for future improvements. Reports can do everything from offering assurances to identifying areas needing action. But here's the catch. For these reports to carry weight, they need to be well written, unbiased, and credible. Your words should leave no doubt about the validity of your findings or the value of your recommendations. The structure of the report reflects this. It generally begins with an introduction, an overview of objectives, the scope of the audit, and limitations, if any. This lays the groundwork for the audience and ensures clarity from the start. Following this, the report often dives into findings grouped by materiality, offering actionable recommendations. The ultimate goal? To weave a balanced narrative, presenting critical issues without ignoring successes and strengths. For example, imagine an audit of a company's data center. Your goal was to determine whether only authorized personnel could access the facilities. If controls are solid, your report would reflect this with confidence, offering clear evidence and affirming the organization's security. On the other hand, if weaknesses are found, perhaps access controls are outdated, your findings would explain the potential risks, such as unauthorized access or theft, and recommend practical changes like biometric access systems. Here's another important consideration. An audit report isn't just a reflection of the auditor's perspective, it's also something that needs buy-in from the auditees, the managers and stakeholders who will be implementing change. Collaboration here is key. Even before finalizing a report, discussing its findings and recommendations with management ensures alignment. And if disagreements arise, that's the time to explain the risks of inaction and the value of the proposed solutions as thoroughly as possible. And of course, there are layers of responsibility in reporting. IS auditors report directly to senior management and audit committees, ensuring independence and transparency. These committees are often independent of the organization itself, providing an extra layer of assurance. This distinction prevents operational biases from influencing the audit's conclusions. But let's step back for a moment and think beyond written communication. The follow-through is just as crucial. A great audit doesn't end with the final report, it requires follow-up. After all, what good are recommendations if they remain on paper? Imagine recommending a security patch for a critical vulnerability in January, but by July, it's still unresolved due to competing projects or budget constraints. This is why follow-ups are vital, ensuring that corrective actions are not just planned but implemented. Often, auditors will revisit findings, verify progress, and present updated evaluations to management. These follow-ups are especially important for high criticality items. Say your report flagged a faulty backup system that could cause massive data loss. A proactive follow-up would confirm immediate corrective action, keeping the organization safe from unnecessary risk. Touching on another crucial piece, audit documentation. These are the meticulous records that back up every finding, conclusion, and recommendation. Think of it as the scaffolding that supports the entire audit. From walking through scoped areas to collecting evidence, these records ensure everything you've done complies with professional standards. Consistent and well-organized documentation isn't just for accountability, it's for transparency, legal compliance, and credibility. It's even more critical in an era where audits are increasingly digital, with automated tools enhancing, not replacing, the need for meticulous records. Finally, keep in mind that there's no one-size-fits-all format for an audit report. Depending on the audience and scope, reports can focus on technical details for IT teams or present high-level, risk-focused summaries for board members. The balancing act lies in tailoring the report to your audience while staying true to your findings. In the end, an audit is more than boxes checked or vulnerabilities logged. It's a process of fostering growth, ensuring stability, and inspiring trust through transparent and actionable communication. So whether you're sitting down for an exit interview, crafting the perfect audit recommendation, or ensuring follow-up actions are underway, remember, your words, not just your findings, carry the potential to transform. Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.